Hello everyone. Today I am going to take a lecture on progressive web applications. So we shall learn about the progressive web applications, or PWA in short, and how to create a Blazor as a progressive web application. So a progressive web application is also a web application. It uses modern browser APIs and capabilities to behave like a desktop or a native mobile app. For a web app to be progressive web app, it must have the following capabilities. It should load instantly, independent of the network speed, like a native mobile or desktop app. The app should be able to run in its own app window, not just a browser window, as in the web applications. And it should be capable of working offline. Even when there is no network connectivity and it is offline, the app should load, start, and all those features that don't require a network connection must continue to function. So why is it called a progressive web application at all? The answer being, just like any other web application, an end user might first discover and use your application within a web browser, because it's a web application after all. So one must discover it on a web browser through some search engine or some reference or whatever. Later, the user progresses to installing it on their devices and start using features such as automatic updates, push notifications, launching the app by using its icon instead of typing the web address manually in the browser. And hence the name of the term as progressive web app. Okay. Now, how to create a progressive web application with Blazor? So when creating a new project with Visual Studio, we shall select the checkbox progressive web application, and I will show you in practice. And all the files that are required to make a project a progressive web application or PWA are included in the project template that creates a PWA. So you can see there in the additional information dialog, if you click on progressive web application, it will be configured as a progressive web application. For example, there are some files like manifest.json and serviceworker.js, which are specific to a PWA and will be found in the www root folder. So let's switch over to Visual Studio and create a PWA. So I have got my Visual Studio 2019 in front of me, and I will click on create a new project, recent project templates, Blazor WebAssembly app. Okay. So this is under the Blazor WebAssembly, that is the progressive web application. And let's name it something like something similar, Blazor updates demo, and let me put it to a proper directory. So this is my folder, and I'll click on select folder and then click on next, and I will click this checkbox progressive web application. I could put it on the ASP.NET Core hosted. Okay, let's put it, and in a next lecture I can talk about the ASP.NET Core hosted for the Blazor WebAssembly app. Alright, so let's create the application. It will be a wee bit time before it gets created with the project template. Now our progressive web application PWA is created. However, you can see here there are three projects: Blazor updates demo, project name.client, project name.server, and project name.shared. So they are created as a part of my checking the checkbox, ticking the checkbox ASP.NET Core hosted. So that will be subject matter of a next tutorial, upcoming video, in which I'll be discussing what are these three projects all about, how they are creating an ASP.NET Core hosted Blazor WebAssembly project. But for now, let me run this by clicking the IIS Express button, because my purpose is to show you that it is working as a PWA, a progressive web application. Now this is my Blazor updates demo, which is a progressive web application. And how do I know that it is a progressive web application? Well, here you can see that create a QR code for this page, but that is not the button that I want to show. It is the adjacent button, install Blazor updates depot. So if I click on this, let's see what happens. So see, install app. Now this is going to act as if it is a desktop application or a native mobile application. So if I wish, I can install on my desktop. Okay, so if I click on install, it will install on my desktop. Now this is the installed version. Now you see the browser top window address bar is missing. It is not there. It has vanished. So this is what a progressive web application should look like. And the PWA scenario is independent of the hosting model. If I had unchecked the ASP.NET Core hosted in the beginning while I was creating the project, it would still have created this progressive web application if I had ticked the PWA checkbox. Okay, so now let's take a quick look at the solution that we have created. Now all I need to point out further for this lecture is that, if I expand this www root, this content folder, as I was telling in that slide, that these are the files manifest.json and serviceworker.js. These are files exclusive to the PWA application. How does the manifest.json file look like? This is the name, short name, start URL, display, background color, theme color, icons, etc. Okay, so if you change these items, you could just change the manifest.json file to change the look and feel of that Blazor PWA. And what does that service worker.js look like? It says that in development, always fetch from the network and do not enable offline support, as I have told already in the slide in the beginning, that this is because caching would make development more difficult. Changes would not be reflected on the first load after each change. Okay, so let's conclude here, and in the upcoming lecture we'll talk about the ASP.NET Core hosted model, files and projects.